many in here have locked themselves out of an apartment, condo, or townhome before?
Oh, yeah, it's happened.
Yeah.
I've done it.
You've
For
done
sure,
it?
Yeah.
I've done it.
I haven't done it, but I've been a part of it. Like, my friend lost her keys, and so I had to sleep in my car.
Okay. That adrenaline rush you get where you're like, oh no, you can't find it. You don't want to believe it at first. You're in denial. Then you check the car. Can't find them there. Then you're checking your pockets. Can't find them. All the doors. It's the first time in 6 months that you've locked all the doors and all the windows and you can't get in.
Oh, yeah. And this happened. This is, again, a situation where I wasn't the one who lost the keys, but I was part of it. So I'm hanging out with some friends over the weekend and at their apartment. And, you know, we're having a good time, having some drinks, hanging out. And it's getting pretty late in the night. It's probably a little past midnight. And all of a sudden, we get a completely unexpected knock at the door. And I'm like, who would possibly be knocking on the door at this time, right? So we go and answer it. And I don't know who these people are, but according to my friends, they're the people who live downstairs. They are kind of familiar with each other just because they had like gone to the same school, but they didn't really like know each other all that well. But they did recognize each other from living in the same apartment complex, and they live one floor down from them. And so these guys come in and we're chatting, and basically they say that they were out at the bars having a good time, and the guy lost his key as the worst case scenario, and he's with a few other people, and so he's hosting people at his apartment that are all going to crash at his place that night, and they can't get inside the room. And so what do they think is the best way for them to get into their apartment? Well, they know that their balcony door is unlocked.
Oh, no.
Okay. Oh, no. All right.
And like I told you, they live one floor down.
How many floors are we up?
We're on the 8th floor.
Nope.
Okay. So going down's not, that ain't going to happen. All right.
So about 8 stories, about 80 feet. And they're on the 7th floor.
No.
Hey.
No.
One too many movies.
No.
Yeah, they're thinking they're Tom Cruise out here. So the guy's like, here's the thing.
no.
My roommate is gone for this entire week, basically, for the 4th of July holiday. And so we have, and I'm hosting all these people to stay. We have nowhere to go. This is the only option to do. So he's like, is there any way I could just look over the edge and just see what we're working with here? Okay.
Not a
Scope
chance.
out the sitch.
Exactly. So this is like a corner unit, and so it's like a big L-shaped balcony, and we go outside and we look, and we're like, it's not impossible. It's doable, right? And this guy's a fairly athletic guy, and he's like, I think that if I just kind of lower myself down and hang from the balcony, I'll be able to reach the balcony like ledge of my floor.
Is there any alcohol taking play into the decision-making process at this point?
100%.
Okay.
Because I'm like, this is going to be the coolest thing ever if he pulls this off. But obviously, my friends who live there are like, if you die, I don't want to get sued for this, right? So
That's what they're concerned.
So sign this cocktail napkin that says, I will not sue you. That is a legal contract.
funny you say that.
No.
My buddy takes out a sheet of paper and says, and he writes down like, I am doing this out of my own volition. I am of sound mind. This is only of myself, and I promise not to sue. And made the guy sign the paper, okay?
Well, you're not of sound mind if this is even a decent idea.
No.
All right? It has nothing to do with the alcohol at all.
The court doesn't have to know about the alcohol at this point. And so he climbs over the edge of the rail, and he's kind of like sizing it up, and we're like, wait, hang on. Maybe we need to take a pause and rethink this for a second.
He's going in, though. He's not messing around.
No, he's not messing around. And so his buddies are like, is this the best idea? Because you're looking at an 80-foot drop down onto some bushes, basically.
And I'm curious, did anybody like tie something around him just for like a some kind of backup situation?
So we grab some sheets.
Okay.
And we do a little double knot around one of the posts on the balcony ledge.
Like, this is right out of a comedy movie.
Like Rush Hour 4.
Yeah.
But the problem is the sheet's not long enough to give him enough room to where if he lowers himself down, it's gonna be tightened up too quick. And so we're tying a couple pillowcases to the sheet
Oh my God.
to then tie around his waist.
Oh my God.
Okay, just in case he's to fall.
So you guys are really in.
We're like fully committed to the bit, okay? And so
This is not a bit.
No, it's not.
It's a bit concerning, but it's not a bit.
Life is not a bit.
And so he finally gets over the edge. He lowers himself down into like a squat, and then he basically just sort of sends it and starts lowering himself down, hanging off the edge of the balcony.
This dude is doing this.
He's fully committed. He's fully doing it. And we have people kind of holding on to the sheet as well, like just in case, whatever possibly is or is not going to happen.
Who's videoing this at this point?
Yeah, I don't know why no one videoed it.
They're a little concerned about the guy who could fall to his death.
We were all so locked into like trying to make this hilariously as safe as possible. Fortunately, the guy is tall enough to where as he's lowering himself, his feet actually can touch his own railing below.
This dude is 80 feet up at this point.
Yeah. And so he's able to do that. And all he has to do is really just kind of like maneuver himself down a little bit and just kind of pushes himself in, and he makes it to the balcony just fine.
You're kidding.
Get out. He's fine.
He made it just fine. It worked perfectly.
Wow.
I don't think he would have been telling this story as jovially as he was if the kid had not made it.
No, let's do that. Let's do that. Hold on a second. All right, tell it. the last 30 seconds of it with a tragic ending.
So he's hanging there, and he thinks that he can reach down if he just drops himself a little bit, and he just commits to it, and he slips and falls.
Oh. Is he okay?
No.
He's dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
I guess you're right, Kristen. It had to end well.
It had to. It had to.
The Bert Show.